Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes joins us with the latest on preparations for next week's primary elections. Also tonight, a new program aimed at helping those living with mild cognitive impairment. And we'll hear about a new career training center for those with autism. Those stories and more next on Arizona Horizon.
This hour of local news is made possible by contributions from the Friends of PBS, members of your PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly today dodged questions about whether or not he would accept the role as Kamala Harris's vice presidential running mate.
Again, this is not about me. I mean, this is about the future of this country. You know, whether we want to take this country back to 2016 and 2020 when the world was a much more dangerous place when Donald Trump was president of the United States. The damage he did to our alliances we're still recovering from.
What do you think?
We do not need to go back to that.
Kelly is among anywhere from 4 to 7 reported possibilities being considered by the Harris campaign. Other headlines: Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu today was on Capitol Hill addressing a joint meeting of Congress. In the speech, Netanyahu emphasized that the U.S. and Israel must, quote, stand together for the forces of civilization to triumph.
We meet today at a crossroads of history. Our world is in upheaval. In the Middle East, Iran's axis of terror confronts America, Israel, and our Arab friends. This is not a clash of civilizations. It's a clash between barbarism and civilization.
More than 50 congressional Democrats did not attend the speech in protest of the Prime Minister's handling of the war in Gaza. About 5,000 demonstrators rallied outside the Capitol to protest Netanyahu's speech. At one point, pepper spray was used against those who police said had become violent and failed to obey orders to move back from the police line. Health news: a new study shows that 2 shots per year of a drug currently used to treat HIV can provide total protection against HIV infections. The drug is called lenacapavir, and it was tested in a study that included more than 5,000 women and adolescent girls in South Africa. The results show that the drug was 100% effective. Researchers say that the injections could be especially important for the fight against HIV in parts of the developing world. Arizona's primary election is set for next Tuesday, this amid the volatility of an especially active election season. Joining us now is Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me again.
Are you ready? State ready for all this? It's coming up.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay.
We're ready. We've done a ton of work, though. I will tell you, we've had unprecedented amounts of work in the Secretary of State's office, and I have to, at the top, give kudos to my team, especially in the election department. 3 new parties. Tons of people filing to run for president. Whether they make it or not is a different thing. And a petition signature number because of the initiatives that has never been seen. So including work on the primary, we've just been crushed. But it's good work.
Concerns over this CrowdStrike outage. What kind of concerns are there regarding this?
Well, as far as the election systems are concerned, we don't have concerns. All of our tabulation equipment, which is what counts the ballots, none of that is connected to the internet. None of that is going to be working through those systems. As far as some of the rest of our systems are concerned, our team identified the problem within 5 minutes of it actually happening. We had our technicians literally working at night, and by the time we got to midday of the first day most people were waking up to this, we were pretty much all set. So I have an amazing IT team as well, and the counties are working through a couple of minor issues, but I think we're going to be fine.
Any information regarding voting machines and internet brings back the old argument of claim among those who see election fraud in every corner here,
Sure.
that the tabulators and everything is connected to the internet and can be messed with. How are they wrong when you've got this CrowdStrike thing and it's affecting election machines?
Well, they're wrong because they're wrong. The facts show they're wrong. The tabulation stuff, as I indicated, that have to do with the ballots, none of that is connected to the internet, so none of that would have been subjected to CrowdStrike. Our other systems, though, to a degree are our voter registration systems. We talked to all 15 of our counties over the internet, but we have a lot of protections in place, particularly the human shield that we have, which, by the way, includes 24/7 eyeballs by Arizona's National Guard on our system. We've engaged in that relationship under my administration. They're doing a great job watching for not just foreign actors, but unfortunate missteps like this CrowdStrike one, which hit a lot of other industries harder than it hit ours.
Yeah, voter rolls up to date. I know there's a lawsuit going on out there, at least the threat of a lawsuit. Is that lawsuit still going on? What's happening?
You know, here's the deal with our lawsuits. There's this many lawsuits, and they have 0 wins. The folks that have been challenging us based on lies, based on misinformation, based on disinformation, all they're doing is wasting taxpayer dollars. And as a matter of fact, just a couple days ago, I directed my legal staff to go to the Attorney General's office and our outside lawyers and calculate how much money we've wasted on these nonsensical lawsuits. They've got to stop. All they're doing is clogging up systems and eating up taxpayers over nothing.
Okay, but are voting rolls up to date?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the claim, and you're saying throw it out of here.
Well, these guys were using 2020 data. It's 2024. That's 4-year-old data. Of course, you're going to find inconsistencies with where we're at now and what they got then. It's the premise itself is to gin up support, to line their own pockets and to pay their own lawyers. And our taxpayers are footing the bill for this nonsense, and that's got to stop.
Some of these lawsuits are they impacting election deadlines? Could they stretch things out? Could there be a problem there? Is that a concern?
That's a great question. And ever since I started in elections administration, what we have during election season, we have meetings with the courts, with the clerks, with members of the election bar on all sides of politics, and we talk about the compressed timelines that are set up in the rules. So election litigation really has its own set of timeline rules, and it's got to be done quickly because the calendar doesn't stop just because you've got litigation. So it really doesn't interfere. It just adds to the work.
Because as you mentioned, deadline, August 9th, I think the deadline for electors, something along those lines?
So the August 9th deadline is to name the electors.
Yes.
Each of the parties have to have their electors named. That doesn't mean you got to have the candidate named, which is,
yes.
I think was one of the things we were going to talk about.
Yes.
Sorry to step on your thunder there.
It's all right.
But so, folks are making these allegations, the deadline is going to pass. Well, it's not going to pass. We've gamed these things out. We understood that there was a possibility for a change on one ticket or the other, and so we figured out where we needed to be ahead of time. That's what we do in elections.
All right, let's get to it. Any impediments as far as Kamala Harris being on this ballot?
Other than political considerations, no. And that means that we have plenty of time for all of the counties to meet their ballot printing deadlines, and that's just fine. We're good to go on that one. There's really nothing to worry about, and the counties are going to be just fine.
What about threats of lawsuit trying to keep her off the ballots? Anything from, it's subverting the democratic process, it's subverting votes, the improper transfer of campaign funds could be.
Well, look, she was on the campaign committee. Well, I'm not going to argue the case for folks, but what I will say is this. If you're worried about the process, after you were encouraging for months and months and months to have Joe Biden resign anyway, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to pick. You either wanted Joe Biden on the ballot or you didn't. Now you got him or you don't. Come on, grow up. We got to figure this thing out and just move along so the voters can vote and make up their minds.
Got something from left field here. Is it possible that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris could be on the ballot for president?
No.
Not possible.
Well, no, because Joe Biden has withdrawn. He's given his delegates over to Kamala Harris, and she's already secured all of the delegates she needs for the nomination.
The key is, it seems to me, that the Democrats have not had their convention. They have not formally nominated yet. I mean,
no, but they will.
Right, but exactly. So all these scenarios, the left field scenario, it's okay now, but once the convention conversely, let's say Donald Trump takes an immediate disliking to J.D. Vance and he wants to put someone else up there. Will someone else be up there on a November ballot, or is that done deal because of the convention?
I think that's a done deal for the Republicans. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to. I could get back to you. But as far as the Democrats are concerned, they haven't had their formal vote, they haven't had the nomination, and they haven't had the formal acceptance. That has happened for the Republicans. Now, what I do know also is the Democrats are planning on having that vote before the convention actually happens. And so they're not going to miss any deadlines based on some of the scheduling in some of the states. The Democratic National Committee was a little worried about that, so that'll be taken care of. Everything's going to be fine.
What is deep fake AI, and how much of a threat is it?
Well, deepfake AI is the product of what's called generative artificial intelligence. This is where an emerging technology, which we've heard a lot about, can take either just audio, it can take audio video, and it can create from whole cloth or from basically data. It learns a subject and then it recreates the subject and it manipulates the subject to do whatever you tell it to manipulate the subject to do. And the deep fake is that fake version of the of the actual subject.
Have someone saying something. Yes, okay. With that in mind, you brought along something that is quite interesting. This is the deep fake version of your Secretary of State with talents we did not know he had.
The real Adrian Fontes is fluent in English and Spanish, but AI-generated content using his likeness has no such limitations. Let's try talking in German. Damit ein böswilliger Angreifer Inhalte für ihn generieren kann, müssen weder Sie noch Ihr Ziel eine Sprache sprechen können. Consider the best and worst ways this technology can be used. It allows an individual to communicate with an audience in their native language using your voice. However, a malicious actor could use your likeness and benefit from the trust that people place in you to trick them and spread dangerous lies. Now, how about French? Les outils permettant de créer du contenu synthétique sont facilement disponibles, peu coûteux et accessibles à un plus grand nombre de personnes chaque jour.
All right. Well, you know, a little creepy there. That's a little creepy. It has to be creepy to you because you don't speak German and you don't speak French.
That's correct. Creepy, and I speak neither of those languages. Look, we created these videos and we used them first in a tabletop exercise back in December of 2023 to train elections officials. We've since used them in tabletop exercises for members of the media and also in tabletops for law enforcement officials. We know that there are good uses for this technology, but there are also possible bad uses for this technology. So just like we want to get a gas generator backup plan in case the power goes out in a polling place, we want our folks to be trained as to how to deal with these sort of things if they pop up in the communication space.
Are there ways to be trained? I mean, were you moving your hands? Was your voice are there ways to figure out that ain't you?
There are some sets of software that are also actually AI. That you can run these videos and stuff through to check and see those aren't 100% accurate. And the scary part is this technology is moving much, much, much faster. This tape, or this video you just saw was made more than 6 months ago, and the technology has advanced significantly since then. It's almost indiscernible from what you're seeing right now, except that I still don't speak German and I still don't speak French. And so what we're doing is we're not really looking at a new weapon, we're looking at a new tactic, right? This can spread lies faster on social media. AI can create social media accounts and push this bad information through there. So really what we're trying to tell the public is a couple of things. First, vote early. Get to know your candidates, get to know your issues as early as possible, and vote early, because the likelihood is that these kinds of attacks will come later in the election cycle, closer and closer to election day, number one. Number two, pay attention now. Because if you do see something that emotionally moves you, and it moves you in a direction that's really awkward, it may very well not be real. And that's one of the reactions that we know to have to something that says, wait a minute, you know.
Yeah.
And so there's a couple of tactics that voters can use to protect themselves. Number one, be aware and pay attention early and vote early. You're less likely to get caught up in one of these attacks.
Good information. Adrian Fontes, Arizona Secretary of State. Good to have you here. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Ted.
Next time on Father Brown.
It works!
A young genius thinks he can prove his father's death wasn't suicide.
How? My time machine.
After a convincing demonstration, he's found dead.
History repeating itself.
Father Brown sees foul play.
2 murders.
But uncovering the truth will be dangerous.
If there's a murderer in that family, there's no telling what they might do to stop you.
Father Brown.
Saturday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
This is Portofino. It's full of love and beauty, but there's always a scandal.
I want to buy your hotel.
I'd rather burn it to the ground than sell it to you.
What have you got yourself involved in?
Be careful, there'll be no going back.
For God's sake, do it!
What's done is done.
Sunday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
Mayo Clinic is offering a brain and wellness program designed to help those living with mild cognitive impairment learn skills to help maintain independence. And for more on all this, we welcome Dr. Amit Shah. He's a geriatrician with Mayo Clinic Arizona. Good to have you here. Good to see you.
Great to be here again.
Yeah, this is called HABIT. What is HABIT?
So HABIT is an acronym. It stands for Healthy Action to Benefit Independence and Thinking. It's a really neat program that we've had at Mayo Clinic for a number of years, evidence-based, to help people who are starting to experience some of those little cognitive changes that you might see with aging. Not dementia, but those early phases that it might be normal aging, it might be something that might get to be something worse. And it's an evidence-based program that just emphasizes a holistic approach to improving people's brain health.
And how exactly does it work?
So it's a course that you attend, kind of like going to a class. It's a 50-hour course spread out over 10 days, typically, when we do it. It includes things like wellness education, everything that's good for your body and your heart, for example, is good for your brain too, like healthy eating and all of that. Yoga, chair-based yoga, so everyone can do it. And then evidence-based cognitive training exercises, cognitive strengthening exercises. And then what do you do if? How do you manage when you're starting to forget things? And so individual kind of cognitive training exercises. And then a group support. So you attend the class with other people. And along with that, you don't do the class by yourself. You take someone with you, like a spouse or a loved one, a friend, et cetera.
Yeah, and that's important, having a partner there. It's got to be a big deal because that's important for them to learn those things as well.
That's right. And I have had many couples, for example, that have done the course together, and they've both really loved it, and found it to be useful to reinforce. If someone does start having more cognitive problems, they can say, hey, remember we learned this.
Yes.
But doing things together, we know we do better. Exercising together is much easier than if you do it by yourself.
Memory compensation training, what does that mean? Like, what, leaving your keys in the same spot all the time? What does that mean?
Yeah, a lot of times when I have patients who start worrying, they have those little moments where they might have forgotten where their keys are at. They might forget the name of somebody whose name they always know, and that really makes them worried, and they come and see me. Oh my gosh, am I going to have dementia? Am I going to get something like that? And so we teach people what's normal aging, what happens with normal aging with the brain, and how to kind of get around it. So for example, we're always not so good at multitasking. We always think we're good at that. Well, that gets a lot worse as we get older. And so learning how to focus on one task at a time, for example, is one example of memory compensation training. We have like planners or lists or things like that. And the program provides resources like that for people to use to make sure that those little things can be worked around and they can still maintain function, independence, and great quality of life.
And brain fitness would be what you kind of talked about earlier, just programs and things, tests and just games and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so there are lots of different things. There's some things that people used to think were really good, like doing crossword puzzles. Well, maybe doing a crossword puzzle is not as good as learning something new. Getting your brain to kind of work around more difficult problems or something where it really exercises your brain in different ways. So there's a number of things out there, and the program covers some of those that are most evidence-based so that you can learn to do them. And people find them to be enjoyable. More than 80+% of people who've done the program continue to do some aspects of the program years later.
So basically, instead of crossword puzzles or playing chess or something like this, learn how to play a musical instrument, learn a new language, that kind of thing. We've talked about this on this program, it kind of instigates certain things in the brain where it's like, whoa, that's a different thing.
That's right, yeah, and you used to say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You've heard that line before.
Yes.
That's actually totally false, right? So we continue to be very generative into our 90s and 100s even, and we can learn new things. And that learning of new things, of sprouting new connections, are really important, including socially.
Yes.
So the social aspect of it. The last time you had me on, we talked about social isolation and its devastating effect on lots of parts of our health, including cognition. And this is the same. And so meeting new people, learning new things. When you go out there, you learn a new skill, a new task. It can be wonderful for people.
And it can help with resilience, and it can help with coping, which is part of maintaining a separate and independent life.
That's right. Yeah, and a lot of that is taught in this course, and I teach my patients, you can look at one door that's shut, something that becomes too difficult, and really get very depressed. But then there's 10 other doors that are open, and can you learn how to do those things or focus on those things and say, you know what, maybe remembering to pay my bills is not such a great thing. I'll put on auto pay or something like that.
Well, and speaking of auto pay, is this kind of thing covered by insurance?
So it is. So components of it are. Some portions of it are not by some insurances, but it's still a very reasonable cost. Most of my patients who have done it have really found it to be extremely valuable. But Medicare and other insurances do cover portions of the cognitive training and other things of that nature, but maybe not other portions. But it's quite reasonable, quite affordable. And if patients are interested, they can just go to the Mayo Clinic website, just Google, Habit Arizona, and they will find, and Mayo Clinic, they'll find it.
All right, very good, Dr. Amit Shah, Mayo Clinic. It's Habit, 10-day brain and wellness program.
That's right.
Good information. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having us.
A new training center in Phoenix is helping young adults with autism learn job skills. The center offers students a safe and supportive environment and hands-on training for a variety of jobs. For more on this, we welcome Diana Diaz-Harrison. She's founder and executive director of Arizona Autism Charter Schools. Good to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Thanks for coming in. Training center for those with autism. Explain how something like that works.
Well, we are opening 4 social enterprise businesses that are going to be open to the public, and they will be student-led businesses. We will have a cafe, a silk screening shop and retail store, a shipping and receiving store, like a little UPS store, and a tech repair studio. All fully functioning businesses with embedded job coaches so that students are applying technical skills and also soft skills.
I was going to say, the training involved, it sounds like on-the-job training.
On the
then.
job,
Yeah.
yes, what better?
Well, indeed. But let's say for the cafe, I mean, basically what, cooking, serving?
Exactly, measuring, following recipes, taking orders precisely, and just having great customer service as well as an awesome product.
This could be lifelong training for some,
Yes,
could it not?
yes, and I'm so thrilled because we started our charter schools 10 years ago as Arizona's first and only autism-focused charter school network, tuition-free for families. Now that our students are graduating, many families, including myself, wanted a longer opportunity for job training and transition training. So we have a new contract through the Division of Developmental Disabilities that will make our job training program tuition-free for young adults who want this career-based, career readiness training in real businesses. And they can do this as long as they would like. And some of our students may go on to secure jobs with industry partners.
Yes.
So it's kind of a transition in between opportunity that students can use for as long as they need.
Why, I saw, it mentioned cafe, shirt retail, production shop. I see a tech repair shop in here as well. Why were those businesses selected?
Well, essential businesses, right? We really looked at the skill set that our kids were acquiring in our schools, and a lot of the skills are our science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So our kids develop coding, animation, robotics. What better way to apply those than in a real tech repair and coding business where their talents can be really applied and put to use? We already had an in-campus cafe and coffee shop. So now we have a separate business that will be 5 days a week and operating, hopefully we'll give Dutch Brothers and Starbucks a run for their money. We're actually partnering with Press Coffee on that one.
Yes.
And it's just a high demand, essential businesses. And actually the name of the enterprises are Essential Peace Enterprises.
As far as training these folks and training, there has to be some interest there, I would think. There has to be, I mean, how does it differ from just regular old job training? I mean, these are folks living with autism, so there has to be some special pathways, I would think. How does it differ?
Absolutely. So we have more visual supports, sensory-friendly environments. The embedded job coaches are really the game changer because they always have a go-to person to, kind of get reassurance on completing a recipe or a task or troubleshooting a tech repair. And then also for the soft skills, you know, when you have a real open business, you never know what's going to come through the door. So learning how to adapt and meet customers' needs as they come along, and then having a job coach that's embedded with you to provide that ongoing support is what really makes our kids feel safe and successful, and then ready to apply those skills in perhaps an external setting. A lot of our students, sadly, the unemployment rate for people with autism is up to 80%. Sometimes kids don't even get through the interview, even though they have the technical skills to do the job. Once they're in, sometimes they have a hard time with the social nuances of an adult workplace. So our Essential Peace Enterprises will be an on-the-job training for all of that.
Before we go, give us the website to learn more about this.
autismcharter.org, and for information, people can send an email to info@autismcharter.org.
All right, Diana, thank you so much. Congratulations on this. It opens this fall, correct?
That's right.
Very good. Thanks for joining us and sharing the information. We appreciate it.
Thanks for helping us spread the word.
You bet. And that is it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thank you so much for joining us. You have a great evening.